We up here at Upton, man, today. I got Demond Nicholson. What's good, man?
I'm good, man. I can't complain at all. Just got finished working, sparred a little bit, did some mid work, and it was a cool down for the week.
Let's jump right into it, man. You got a fight coming up May 11th. Do you know your opponent at this time?
I do know my opponent. I'll be fighting Ernest Umuzu. He's from Ghana.
From Ghana?
Yeah, he's 25-4 with 22 knockouts.
Now, I want to take it back, man. Let's go back to the early years. How did you get started in boxing?
Man, the way I got started in boxing, man, I was 6 years old. At the age of 6 in 1999, I played football with the pads. I didn't want to play flag football, so my father was like, well, you want to try boxing? I said, sure, let's try it. And never turned around. Been in the gym ever since.
Now, I know that one of your favorite fighters is Muhammad Ali.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about the story of watching the movie Ali with Will Smith.
Oh, you did your research.
Yo, definitely, yes, sir.
Okay, well, I was 7 years old too. I was 7 years old. Went to see Ali, me, my dad, my mom, and man, it was like after that, I was already in the gym, but I never really understood boxing. I'm a kid. All I know is go in the gym, hit the bag, shadow box, whatever my coach had me doing. And then once I seen Ali, the rest was history. I was like, man, this what I'm doing, and this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. I want to be a world champion, whatever weight it is at the time. I just want to be a world champion.
Now, who were some of your fighters that you liked growing up?
Of course, Floyd Mayweather, Bernard Hopkins, Roy Jones, and that was about, and Sugar Shane Mosley, Sean B. Mitchell, Mark Two-Shot Johnson, William Joppy. I grew up watching those guys. I grew up in the gym with Sean B. Mitchell, William Joppy, and stuff like that. Even seen Hasim Rockman, but I wasn't really a fan, But I definitely was a big fan of Floyd, B-Hop, Roy Jones growing up. Definitely.
All right, we back. We're going to get back into talking about their early establishment. Actually, let's go back. We were last talking about Ali.
Yeah, how the movie basically, seeing the movie Ali, it really changed my life, man. To have a major impact on me at that small age, at the age of 7 years old. Shoot, I thought Will Smith was Ali. I thought Will Smith was Ali until my coach back then. My coach's name was Marvin Rock Sims. He trained like some Sean B. Mitchell, William Joppy, some fighters like that. And he was like, the next day when I went to the gym, I remember like it was yesterday. It was a Sunday evening. Me and my dad and my mom went to go see the movie. And of course, I went to the gym that Monday. Man, that Monday, I went to the gym, I was shadow boxing, and we had to spar. I'm doing the Ali Shuffle. I'm doing the Ali Shuffle. And my coach was like, man, you took me to see Ali, didn't you? My father was like, yeah, man, yeah. So after that, my coach, man, he took me in the room and showed me videos on Ali and old fighters and stuff like that, man. It was just like, man, I fell in love with it, So since the age of 7 years old, man, it was like, wow, And now that I'm older and I'm sitting there thinking about it, like, man, like, that really had an impact on my life, Because like I said, I've been in the gym ever since.
Y'all gotta ask, man, because you're from an area where there's a lot of gyms down in that area, man.
Yeah.
So how did you make your way up to Upton?
Well, I knew Coach Calvin since 2001. I was 8 years old. We went to the Junior Golden Gloves. I couldn't fight, but people in my gym fought. So my father always took me to different tournaments and stuff like that just to learn. We both ringing. But my father always took me to different tournaments just to be in the atmosphere and stuff like that. And so one day, Coach Calvin and couldn't get a room at the time. So my dad was like, come stay with us until you get your room ready and stuff like that. And man, they all shacked up with us. And man, we've been like that with Coach Calvin ever since. Always love shown. Love's never changed. And I had a fight with Jesse Hart last year. I took a loss. And after that fight, my father was like, look, if we're gonna continue, you need to get some real training. You need to get some real professional, good training. And of course, Coach Calvin raised Tank. Lorenzo Truck Simpson, Malik Hawkins, him and Coach Kenny, him and Coach Calvin and Coach Kenny raised these fighters since they was here. You know, so they know what they're doing. I was like, so we came over here just to spar. I didn't even come over here to start training here. I just came over just to get some work, just to stay busy, getting back in the flow of things, because I was gonna be fighting soon. So that day when I came to spot, I was like, man, let's train here. Let's see what it is like here. So my dad talked to Coach Calvin. The first thing Coach Calvin said, look, we're not gonna change anything. We're gonna keep your dad in the corner, and we're gonna train like that. He said, me, I'm just the eyes. Your father's still gonna be there, because he the roots of it.
Before you go further, I want to talk about that, because one of the things, like you said, when you got Coach Calvin to be your coach, he wanted your father to be in the corner. Why was that important for him to have your father in the corner?
I'm a better fighter. Well, when I was looking at the Jesse Nicholson, man, Kenny always sit down and study, just like my Bible right here. And DeMar was winning with the jab. I mean, Jesse, he was winning with the jab. Winning with the jab, you know. And Kenny made a statement. He said, man, DeMar, come here. Man, we're going to make wonders out of it. And normally when Kenny say something, it normally happens. And I be looking at him, I sit there and say, man, every time you say something out your mouth, man, it normally comes to existence. You know, but I'm just thankful that his dad did bring it to me. And his dad was actually coming out and getting work with us and whatnot. And he came to me, and I said, we'll be more than welcome to be having. I told Demond, I said, Demond, you got to do one thing for me. Your dad got to be in the corner. I said, your dad, when I first met his father, he was at the Silver Gloves. And the Golden Gloves. I couldn't get in my room with the kids. And he let me stay in his room with my kids until a check cleared to put the kids in the room. And there was a perfect fit. So it was like the mom was part of us already. And we've been together for years. So it fit. It was a fit. I call him the wood man. Because it's to have an old head in there, you know, with fits and spurts, you know, and he stay on him. So now I ain't got to worry about a fighter sneaking off, doing this, doing that. He's on point. You know what I'm saying? So, and Thomas, thank you. Listen, I said, just give me what I asked you for, and I'm going to make it happen. Kenny, thanks for being who you are. This one, man.
He said he the Bible.
He the Bible. Every time he studies, he's in my ear, coaching me because he know I'm work hard. When I'm in there, it's like I'm fighting. You know, it's like I'm fighting when I'm with the fighters. Yeah. Thank you. Great work today.
You know, as a dad, how frustrated was you to know your son can fight, but he was never in that right situation to get where he is now? How frustrating was that for you?
Well, you know, the fight game is rough. You know, people make promises. They do all kind of cutthroat things or whatever. They pretty much stole my kid, you know, and I had to fight to get him back, you know, but he started seeing little things that I was telling him, and finally he made the decision to come back home. So I said, well, look, if we're going to continue to do this, we got to have professional people around. So I called Calvin, because I know Calvin, and he always had respect for me, I had respect for him. And we gelled, you know, like we'd be in the gym, I might say something to Demond might mouth up. Calvin said, hold it, man, check what you're saying. The man is telling you right, you understand? So we feed off of one another. And then Kenny, you know, I've been watching these guys, I watch these guys train and develop fighters. You know, people take fighters that's already been built and go do this, that, and the other. But these kids, these guys take kids that never had gloves on. Same as myself. So when you talk about building a fighter and being successful, like Tiger, you know, he had him since he was a baby. Everything he learned with Calvin. So, you know, when somebody come and try to steal that kid, you know, it's like a knife being stuck in him. So I went through that for a couple of years. But now the butter's starting to rise to the top. And I'm so glad that, you know, we got this team here together. And we're gaining respect all throughout the fight community, you know. And that's what it's about, having fun and being successful.
Because it was important for him because, like he told me, he said, ever since day one, my father's been there. Every step of the way, win, lose, or draw. He said, why change now? And I thought about that. I said, you know what, this is the place I need to be. You know, because I've been to other gyms and stuff like that, and the other gyms that I went to, I started my professional career at Headbangers. After that, I went to a gym came back to my gym. My old trainer, not Marvin Simmons, but I had another trainer. They basically, him and my dad didn't click. So I more so pushed my dad out the picture. He was still there, but he wasn't really telling me anything and stuff like that because it was just always gonna be an argument. But when Coach Calvin said that, it really made me think like, wow, like, you know, that's real. You know what I'm saying? So we've been gluing ever since, man.
Because I want to talk about
Ever
that.
since.
When you got back involved with Coach Calvin, talk about, I think it was you had a 6-round stop, then a 2nd round stop, and then a 1st round stop.
Yes, man. And a lot of people don't know, I didn't have a stoppage since 2016. No, 2000. I had a stoppage in 2017, but to me, that was something that was supposed to happen. My fight coming back from my loss, my stoppage loss, was a big fight. It was 25-2. I was the underdog going in the fight. Even though I was home, I was the underdog. I wasn't supposed to win. And, you know, I had a 6-round knockout. I wasn't only supposed to lose. I could have went the distance and won, but I stopped it. So that right there is just it speaks highly of Coach Calvin and Coach Kenny training, man. You know, it's the real deal.
Now, one of the things Coach Calvin talk about Coach Kenny is he's the Bible.
He's the Bible. Yeah, he's the Bible. He definitely. And I get when he says that. You know, when I first came, it was more so me and Coach Calvin one-on-one. But then when Coach Kenny started adding his little tricks and stuff inside, I'm like, damn, like, okay. I see how they glue now. You know, more so with Coach Calvin. To me, that's how I take it. Coach Calvin, he going to set down the game plan. He's going to strategically set up the fight. Coach Kenny going to pick the little tricks, the little break it down, the little old school things you can do and stuff like that. So them two together is like, it's like magic. You know, it's like magic because if you watch my fights as I gradually go on, even though they quick. But if you just watch my foot movement, watch my movements and stuff like that, I'm just getting better, you know, I'm getting smarter, I'm thinking, you know, my IQ is just going up, you know, and that's the works of Coach Calvin and Coach Kenny, you know. Coach Kenny really is the Bible, you know, he's the Bible, old school, you know what I'm saying? And I love it, man, I love it.
Yeah, I think for the past 4 years, I've been watching them with this fight.
Man. That's it, man. He sent me fights every night. Coach Kenny sent me fights every night to watch, to break down so I can make myself better. That's man, I'm telling you, man, I can show you my phone right now, enough with YouTube fights. Watch this fight, watch what he do, watch, you know what I'm saying? I love it, man, I love it.
Now, one of the things I'd like to talk about on Real Talk with Zeb is when you go through life struggles and how you overcome.
Yeah.
What's the toughest thing you had to deal with in your life and how did you overcome it?
Man, the toughest thing I ever had to deal with in life, man, is some tough things. To me, that's how I look at it. Any tough thing that we go through, we put ourselves through, you know, and we have to get ourselves out. You know, the toughest thing I had to put myself through, I really don't even want to put it out there, but the way I got over it, it just keep coming in the gym, keep pushing myself, and knowing that I can be better than when I was yesterday. You know, I put myself through a lot of things, you know, and I'm still recovering, but I'm getting better each day. You know what I'm saying? Being in the gym, being around good people, positivity definitely helps. You know, that's the most important thing. You are the company you keep. If you're around drug dealers, you're gonna become a drug dealer. If you're around money, you're gonna get money. If you're around addicts, you're gonna become an addict. You know, that's how I look at it. So if you're around positive and structured people, you're going to be a positive, structured person. And that's what I had to do. I had to surround myself with positivity instead of negativity. You know, I had to get the negative out of my life and just into the positive. My life been going up ever since, man. Ever since.
Now, one of the things, man, your mom, how did she feel about it when you decided to go ahead all in with boxing? Because at the time, I think she wanted you really to go to school, right?
My mom wanted me to go to school. My mom wanted me to work, and I can understand that. You know, my mom is 53 years old, and she had 2 and 3 jobs ever since I can remember. You know, so I can understand she wanted me to work because that's what she grew up doing. She worked for everything that she has. You know what I'm saying? And and that's what she want me to do. And that's what she looked for me to do, and finding women and all that. You know, somebody that's gonna work, not scared to get up and go do this and do that. You know, my mom was a hard working woman, man. You know, still today, she has 2 jobs. You know, so but it's all about, I had to separate, I had to let her know, like, look, this is what I want to do. You know, I don't mind working. You can see I don't mind working. I get up every morning, day in and day out, come in the gym, put in work, leave, get my rest, and go back to the gym. You know, so I got a lot of her in me too, you know, and my dad understood that, you know, and we made the choice that, you know, instead of, I stopped going, dropped out of school, dropped out of college. I had a little job, stopped working, I turned pro. You know, throughout the years I had kids, so I had to get a little job here and there, but now I'm at the point where now I'm right here, so I got to be 100% focused on boxing. And she understands it now because she's been with me through the road, and she knows the struggle and stuff like that. So she's there 100% with me now, and she understands because she know I put in the work.
Speaking of the work, man, I want to talk about the 3 losses. What did you learn from the 3 losses?
Oh man, I learned so much. My first loss. My first 10 fights, I was 10-0, 10 knockouts. My first fight was the only fight I went the 2nd round. After that, first round knockouts. And then my 11th fight, I was debuting for Al Hammond in Chicago. Going to the fight, I had to lose 15 pounds 3 days before the fight.
How, 3 days?
15 pounds.
Damn.
So that fight right there, you know, leading up, you know, after I had just fought in September, I fought November 1st. So after that, I fought September 20th. After that fight, I'm taking a week or 2 partying. I'm in the gym, but I'm partying, eating what I want. I was drinking. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't supposed to be drinking. You know what I'm saying? I'm drinking. And you know, it was just trying to live the lifestyle that's not meant for me as a fighter. You know, so I got caught up. And I had to separate myself again from people negativity. And went in the fight, dropped the dude 2nd round, landed on his butt. Normally I knock him out. I didn't have the energy. I didn't rehydrate right. My coaches didn't know. You know, me, I'm just living the lifestyle, living right in the gym, but living life bad outside the gym. You know, my second loss, to me, I thought I won, you know, but it was just a lesson learned. You know, don't ever leave a fight in the hands of the judges. My 3rd fight, my focus. You know, my focus. I had a lot going on. You know, I had a lot going on in my life. It's a lot going on. I can say that. A lot going on. Had to focus, getting certain people away from me. You know, came to Upton. You know, after that fight, I came to Upton, and like I said, man, that Jesse Hart fight really was the one. It was really the one that sparked my brain. Like, look, it's do or die now. You made it. I've been on ESPN. You know what I'm saying? That's the top level. You know, that's top level. Under pay-per-view, you know, I was a co-main event, ESPN, on the biggest fight of my life. I could have won it, just like that. I fell out my hands. I let my emotions get to me. And I let my emotions get to me because I had so much going on. I'm telling myself in this fight, look, you gotta win, you gotta win. You gotta win. Every punch you gotta get hit with gets to me. And I feel like I gotta, instead of just being relaxed, keep touching, keep working. You know what I'm saying? You know, and getting away from the game plan that was written down, that was provided for me. You know, it was just focus. You know, focus. And the fight after that, when I switched, came to Coach Calvin, the training was much better, much different. That fight was more tougher than what I had with Jesse Hart to me. You know, dude hurt me, you know, cut my eye, you know. But I had to stay focused. You know, I stayed focused, stuck to the game plan, didn't lose my composure, and got him out of there. So, man, my 3 losses, man, I learned something with life. Not only in the gym, but outside the gym, you know? With my kids, my family, and everything.
Now, how's life outside the ring for you now? Since you said you want to stay focused now, what is your lifestyle, man, outside the ring?
It's getting better, man. It's so much better. It's so much more relaxed, so much more calm. You know, I got a few little small things that might bother me here, but that's life. You know, if you don't have something that's gonna push you to be better or push you to that's gonna frustrate you, then what's the point of living? You know, it's obstacles in life that you have to get over. But right now, man, life is good, man. Life is good. You know, I got this big fight coming up. You know, on another Al Hammond card. So hopefully we're gonna get things done and get on bigger title shot soon. And man,
Speaking of belts, talk about the belts that you have so far.
I have the WBC, USMBC. That's the WBC title, World Boxing Council, and I have the Maryland State title. That's the WBC is the real is the title that's going to get me ranked and stuff like that. So now I'm just pushing to get that WBC title. So this fight right here is kind of like Coach Calvin says, an interview, and then hopefully we can get a WBC eliminated.
Really?
So, yes, sir.
Oh, wow.
That's what we're shooting for. That's what we're shooting for.
Man, let me ask you, man. Now that life's great for you, man,
Yes, sir.
you're on that great path. You have kids. What are some of the things that you talk about with your kids as far as life experiences?
You know, my kids are so young. You know, so I don't really talk about life with them yet because they're so young.
That is right. I keep forgetting
this
that.
my little brother.
It's my little brother right here.
Now, this my little brother.
Yeah.
Him. Come here, Spencer. Him. I don't know if the camera can see him, but him, I'll lift him up. Him.
Yeah. There you go.
I gotta talk to him about a lot. I gotta talk to him about a lot, man. That's my
what's
little
up.
man, though. But that's my little brother. You can say he like my son, you know. But you know, I just teach him. Right now, I'm just teaching him discipline. You know, disciplining him so he can shoot up. He's an athlete, you know what I'm saying? So he can shoot up and be a star. You know, so that's it with him. You know, it's just about discipline and stuff like that. You know, life, he don't really understand it yet, you know, but I'm teaching him the little things. So when it's time, he's gonna fully understand and see what I'm talking about. You know, like as a kid, me growing up as a kid, I picked up on things so fast, you know, so fast. And I know how kids can be. So I just let him grow. He's gonna see.
Like one of the thing that you just said, this fight is the interview for you, man.
Yes, sir.
After this fight, what's the next step in the process to getting closer to that world
title?
title?
Get that WBC eliminated. Hopefully this summer, and then this fall, or by the end of this year, we can fight for a world title. That's the only goal, and that's where I'm shooting for. Yeah.
I gotta ask you, man, about this, man. You know, Tank fighting here this summer. What's your thoughts on that?
Tank is gonna shine. It's gonna be crazy. The crowd is gonna be crazy, man. Baltimore is gonna be flooded. Man, it's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be great, and I know he's gonna shine. He's supposed to be fighting Gamboa, I believe. I don't think Gamboa's gonna last 4 rounds.
4 rounds?
That's just my prediction. That's my prediction.
Hey, man, once again, man, I really appreciate your time today on Real Talk with Zeb.
Definitely.
Hey, man, I can see big things happening. I see Coach over there talking. but once again, man, I really appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you.
Fighting on the undercard of the Swift Hurd,
Yes, sir.
Swift Jared Hurd fight
sir.
on March 11th.
May
Eagle
11th.
Banks Arena.
May 11th.
What'd I say?
March.
Oh, I'm sorry, May 11th, Eagle Banks Arena.
Yes, sir.
Down
Yes, sir.
George Mason University, I believe.
Mason
Been
University.
there, been to that venue
Yep,
before. Good
Fairfax.
venue. Good
Yep.
venue.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, see my man Brandon Coles fight there. So
Oh yeah?
yeah.
Okay. I fought on the undercard Peterson Diaz.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
I
what's
fought
up.
on the undercard of that done. Yep.
That's what's up,
Yep.
man. But
Yep.
once again, man, I really appreciate
Man,
your
I
time,
appreciate
man.
you, man. It's a pleasure.
Always, man.
Yes,
Always.
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I get it. We out.
Hey, thanks, man. You have a good one.
All right, you too, man.
Always a pleasure.